All right, welcome you guys. It is already getting close to the middle of January, so time's going to pass, and it doesn't matter coming off the holidays or in the middle of a month with 0 holidays. Still got 24 hours a day, and you need to break that down into action steps that are going to get you guys where you actually want to go, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. You know, we've got a track. We've got a system, we've got a path, a roadmap, we've got a light at the end of the tunnel. We've got everything that you guys need, not only for yourself, but as you build partners, as you build distribution, as you build sales teams, everything's in alignment to create independence, which we've talked about this before. It may stroke your ego to have everybody needing you to do stuff for them, but it's not going to create the independence that you're looking for out of a model like this. One of the reasons that we're here. Last week, we kind of opened up with, just some things that we wanted to talk about. And those are always in the channel for the YouTube. Last week, January the 6th, we kind of opened up the year with talking about our mission, what we're trying to do this year. And basically what we're trying to do is get our money right, get our clients' money right, get our partners' money right, because we know if we do that, the type of independence and the type of financial freedom that creates and the ripple effect that also has. Removing bad information to make room for the good information. Remember, our heads are clogged with a lot of misinformation and bad data. For our clients, our partners, ourselves, we've got to sweep that out, make room for the good stuff, the new information. We also talked about the 4 levels of understanding. We talked about the fact that however you want to disguise it, dress it up, veil it, procrastination is just nothing more than constantly lying to yourself. And then we finished talking about, lighting the lamp every day with victories, whether that victory be a huge victory or a small victory. You've got to find victories every day, keep you moving forward and keep you positive. Couple things that came up this week. Remember, you are in financial services, you're in the money business, whatever it is that you want to classify how money works, financial literacy, those conversations and that network can open up business partner conversations, those people that can potentially help us, help others, and then clients, those people who actually need help. Above all, you're in the contact business. So contacts are like bricks for building what you want. And once you guys understand, you're not going out with, agendas. You're going out there networking. Now, if you have specific ads running that you're paying money, of course, but just general conversation, if you just open your mouth, learn how to talk to people, ask questions, show interest in other people, you're going to find out that a lot of people either need your help or are looking in the possibility to be in a position to help. Another thing that came up this past week is not only on the front side of your business. Remember, if you're out there and nobody knows that you're in business, well, your calendar is going to remain very, very white and blank, and you're going to get frustrated, you're going to drift, and you're probably going to quit. So yes, on the front side, you have to increase the percentages of videos watched, follow-up, client meetings, partner interviews, by creating awareness, by getting the word out, by making yourself visible. But once somebody's actually into the fold of what you're trying to do on the client or the partner side, you also increase percentages of show rates, of follow-up, of everything that you're trying to do to create a funnel and a nice flow by creating awareness. Now, what that means is if somebody's booked an appointment with you, reminders, text, email, it's all good, because if you set up for a client meeting, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs and they never show and you never really gave them a reminder, a lot of that falls on you, because what you're going to find out is when you start reminding people, there will be cancels, there will be reschedules, but there will be a lot less no-shows. And when you start having less no-shows, the activity and production that you put into the day as far as the effort has a return on that, and you're not having so much blank time. Basketball tournament started yesterday, runs through April 5th, which is the coordination with, the NCAA tournament. It's kind of an odd year. Not even sure if they're going to have the tournament, but direct partner is worth 2 points. Direct client sale is worth 3 points. $100 gift card goes to the winner, and we'll keep score. It's just a way, like we talked about, guys, to break up the monotony of what you're trying to do on a day-to-day basis and make it fun. Also, we started yesterday, started Monday, the new 12-week year. It also runs through around April 4th, April 5th. We coordinated both of those things together. If you are participating, great. We've got our first WHAM group this weekend. If you're not participating, you can still take a lot of the principles and the ideas out of this that we share with you and implement those immediately into what you're trying to do. Remember, 12-week goals allow you to set more compressed time frames, and they allow you to value what you're doing on a day-to-day basis way more than if you set those longer-term goals and have an opportunity to procrastinate, kick the can down the road, and ultimately fail. So when writing your goals, remember, the vision is important. You have to ask yourself, how is your life going to be different if you accomplish these goals? And then, furthermore, this is going to keep you motivated when times get tough. There's good days, bad days, very bad days when you're building a business as an entrepreneur. You're solving a lot of problems. Like we always tell you guys, this is a legit business opportunity. It's not a problem-free business opportunity. So you have to understand that those goals, not only they have to be envisioned, but they have to be felt, and you have to understand, how is life going to be different? That's going to propel you to do the necessary action steps to get there. Now, also, you got to carve out time for strategic work. The 12-week year teaches you two important things: what to do, the most strategic things with leverage that you can concentrate on depending on your goals, and then what not to do, the not to do list, all the things that we probably want to do over what we should do, but we know ultimately a lot of that's just wasting our time and procrastinating. So get yourself in a position where you understand what you need to do to reach your goals, and then go at those specific tactics and actions every single day. You're not going to you're not going to be in a position where you come in and just change your whole entire life overnight. So the common mistakes that people fall into, or the traps they fall into when doing a 12-week year, or when trying to change the results that they've been getting at a business or at something in their personal life. Number one is they're trying to change everything at once. It's not going to be a complete overhaul. You have to pick and choose certain types of things that you want to actually improve on and go at those every day. Number two, not having a strong enough why. If you don't know why you're doing something, you're not going to feel like doing it. You got to have a why that propels you. Not tracking your actions, just blindly going into any day with indirect actions, not knowing what it gets back, is a terrible way to approach your business, because you're probably not going to find success. And if you do, definitely not going to know how to grow and scale that success. Common mistake number 4, focusing too much on lag measures. Go for leading indicators, things that I control the most. If I'm brand new, I don't control my income. I control my action, what I can do today to get me closer to the point where I'm creating revenue and income. And then finally, number 5, going at it alone. Anything that you do on your own that you don't tell other people about, it's way easier to quit. It's way easier to fold up. So let people know what you're trying to do. Throw it out there. It helps you stay accountable to yourself. And then when you're in a group setting, they help keep you accountable as well. All of this basically boils down to, on the action, when you're building a business, especially early on, what kind of income producing activities do I have planned for the day and the week? If we have little to no income producing activities, well, guess what? On the backside return, there's going to be little to no revenue and income. So you have some things that, yes, you want to do for your business, but you also have some things that you have to do for your business. There's a tier of activity, and the stuff that you guys don't want to do is the stuff that's most important. And the vision's got to propel you. The vision's got to be big. The vision can't be tainted in any way. It's got to be something that incorporates things that you are going to get excited about. And I teach you guys this because it's not only important for you to understand, but once you understand the importance of a vision and how to translate that vision, activity, and action steps, it's a lot easier for you to go out and mentor partners, talk to clients, help them change their mindset. And it really boils down to math. We have products and services that are based on math, and we have a lot of, ways that we approach the marketplace based on data and math. So where are you going to be in 5 years? It's 60 months. That's 1,825 days. It's a lot of hours and even more minutes. So when you look at things, everything's broken down. That 5 years is going to pass. Whether you're talking to a client, a partner, or yourself, it's going to pass. There's nothing that we can do to stop the time. What are you going to do at that time? And where are you going to be in 5 years? Because that's ultimately the choice that you have. The vision, you know, the 36-month vision, the aspirational vision, how you want to live your life. I think that we've got a vision in terms of the vertical that we put together that's strong for at least a decade out. And when you talk about a business being not only profitable for the next decade, but in demand, growing, and a scaling opportunity, that should get you guys excited, and it should get your potential partners excited. If somebody's not excited about the opportunity, it's the wrong opportunity for them. You can try to pivot over the client side. Don't bring in the wrong people. It's just a waste of everybody's time, energy, and efforts. The vision has got to be surrounded by the fact that you understand what's going on. Smart technology, disruptive technology has changed everything that we do, the way that we live, work, engage, communicate. And, you know, personal finance has caught up with that. So when you combine something like disruptive technology with the money game, with the money business, then you have an opportunity to build an incredible online business based on entrepreneurial skill sets. Come in, put everything together that we have, the assets, the systems, the leadership, everything that we have to put together an online business where you have an exit strategy that pays you passive income for decades to come. And that all comes back to something that we were talking about last week, intention and action. How are you going into your day? Do you know what you're supposed to be doing? If you don't know what you're supposed to be doing going into any specific time period, that time period's already a failure. You have to have intention and you have to have action. You have to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and approach the marketplace with, you know, aggressive energy, intensity, and go after what you want. Now, along the way, once you've got an aim, you know, the intention and the action, we have to actually make sure that things are progressing. You have to have metrics along the way, and those are nothing more than targets and objectives. What am I trying to accomplish? What's the time frame? Remember, I can aim somewhere, but if I don't know what I'm trying to hit, then you know, it's pointless. So you have to have an aim, you have to have a target, and you have to have an intention and objective in every single thing that you do, whether I'm calling somebody, emailing them, sending them a social media message. What am I trying to get them to do? Why does it make sense for them to take that action step? Remember, you with a mission-driven company, you're going to grow on purpose for a purpose. So what's the purpose of our company? Well, it's teaching people how money works, spreading financial literacy, changing the financial landscape of this country. So in mission-driven companies, the mission directly impacts the quality of the product. So understand what we're trying to do, understand what it does for the marketplace, and understand as we go forward, things are only going to get better because we are a mission-driven company. That's very important. If you don't understand why you do what you do, if you're just out there selling a product or selling a service, it's not going to have longevity. It's not going to have legs. Here, when you're driven by a mission and that mission involves a big problem that you're solving, we've got legs here. You need to get obsessed with helping people, not obsessed with making a certain income level, but get obsessed with helping people in a mission-driven company with a big solution to a big problem. If you get behind the whole relationship, the whole serving, the whole helping people, then the money will follow in a big way. You want to help clients, you want to help partners, and you want to be obsessed with that process on a day in, day out basis. We're a leadership factor on the partner side, and we're trying to create financial independence on the client side through various mindset, education, services, products, etc. But if you get obsessed with helping people, if you get behind the mission, the money will follow. And you've got to be inspired. And once you are inspired, you can create excitement, and then you can inspire others. And that's really the most important thing. On the client side, people are fearful of money. You've got to come in with the passion, the intensity, the inspiration to get them motivated to take the steps that you know are going to help them. On the partner side, when you're out there, you know, talking about the business, essentially what you're packaging up on the front side is hope and opportunity for a potential partner to reach their unique goals and their unique points that they want to reach in their life. But you've got to be excited about what you do. If you bring in zero excitement, expect the same type of reverberation from the other side. And trust me, if there's no excitement on any side of the conversation, that conversation is dead on arrival. The wheel of wellness, that's what we'll call it for this, for this presentation right here. But you can look at spiritual, emotional, intellectual, physical, social, environmental, and financial. That's what we're working on. But understand, in this wheel of wellness, the financial piece or the financial part of the pie can affect all the other ones. You've got people out there creating income, and they're making money decisions every day. I'm going to travel. I'm going to save. I'm going to shop. I'm going to spend it on debt, invest money. What do I do? And statistics say that they're making the wrong decisions because they really don't know the rules of the game, and that's where you come in. Wellness is a complete opportunity if we identify the different pieces and then go at those. What we can essentially do is create financial wellness, and like I said, that will spread into other areas, because if you're always worried about how you're going to pay your mortgage, how you're going to put your kids through college, you can't go out and really spend the time, energy, and efforts on these other pieces to improve your overall satisfaction of life. And when you're talking to people, guys, if somebody's doing something and they don't really realize what they're doing or the negative consequences of that, you got to be upfront and honest and direct with them, not rude. And sometimes being direct will be taken as being rude in the marketplace, but it's not. How's that working out for you? When I talk to potential clients or potential partners, it's one of my favorite questions. How is that working out for you? Because it's kind of like checking somebody in a hockey game. It's going to make them stand off a little bit, kind of shake themselves off and really wonder, well, how is this working for me? A lot of people have never taken self-inventory, self-control, really sat down with themselves and had a real conversation. It's part of our job to help them understand the path they're on right now is not going to get them where they want to go. And in order to get them to the other side, it's going to take new mindset, new action steps, new thoughts, new decisions. And the numbers don't lie. So, when somebody is out there, that the scoreboard that I call it is just the personal financial situation of any given person. And when you look at most Americans' financial situation, the scoreboard does not look good. They're getting creamed all the way around. And so when you offer something that can break that cycle, and for many families, this has been a generational cycle. When you can go out there and break that and give them a fighting chance to not only survive, but to thrive, you're doing a great deal of good. Remember, you've got problems in the marketplace that you are either know exist or that you are perceiving that exist with some type of persona on the partner or the client side. You have solutions. You can't just step in with the solution till you identify the problem. In the middle, you're going to have to think, and that's really where our business model works best, is solving problems in the marketplace with ideas, marketing assets, concepts, education that are broke down in the kindergarten, elementary type ways and formats, so they can start to, raise their hand. If you go over people with language, concepts, they're going to shut down. They're going to paralyze. They're never going to raise their hand and ask you any questions. Questions are very, very important. Once somebody starts asking you questions, I consider those buying questions. And if you answer those in a clear, concise, articulate way that makes sense, it's going to lead to next action steps and ultimately to products, services, whatever it is that you're trying to sell. You have to focus on the solution. Now, you have to uncover problems, but you have to focus on the solution. And if you surround yourself with clients, partners, an inner circle around you that's always concentrating on the problems, then they're never going to be able to go after the solution. Some people want to be in the misery of the problem. If that's the person you're talking to, you need to get rid of them very, very quickly. You want to be solutions-based. You want to hire partners that are solutions-based, and you want to bring clients into the fold that want to be solutions-based as well. And we have to be systematic. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are failing the money game out there, is because they have no system. They're not disciplined. They have no idea what they're doing. You can bring something instantly into the marketplace, into the eyes of the client, that can fix these problems. And on the partner side, we have a very systematic approach to the marketplace, solving problems. So you have to understand that when you have a system in place and when you can follow that system, whether it be putting a program in front of a client or a business opportunity in front of a potential partner, this is what makes the wheels turn. Because without being systematic, we're just drifting, and then we start to make decisions that aren't based on data, but are based on emotion. And that's the problem. When you start making emotional decisions, most of the time, 90+% of the time, those are going to be the wrong decisions. When you make data-driven and data-based decisions, they're much easier to feel confident about because they're based on something and not just how you feel. So when you're talking to potential partners or clients, you have to understand a lot of people make decisions based on emotion. You want to transfer them and help them transfer over and bridge over to making decisions actually based on data, because those are actually going to work. If we all were in an office right now, we went outside and I said, okay, let's see who can throw the football the furthest. Most all of us are going to just chuck it however hard we can. Some people might get injured, throw our arm out, whatever it might be. But there's a mathematical formula to everything. So how high should you throw a ball to throw it the furthest distance? There's a mathematical formula for that. There's a mathematical formula for basically everything you want to achieve in life. And you have to start explaining that to people. Hey, you can sit over there and you can do this or do that, but anything that you're doing is not based on math. When you start basing yourself on numbers, formulas, statistics, life becomes a lot easier to make decisions and actually get to that endpoint that you're looking for. Consistency is a big part of what we have to preach in the marketplace as well. For partners coming in, you're going to have to be consistent over a time period to get you to where you want to go. Same place on the client. You have to be consistent over a time period to get where you want to go. A little time and consistency can build a great foundation for something with meaning. And when you're talking about financial independence on the client side, a cash flow asset that pays passive income on the partner side, these are something of meaning. They should, be an opportunity for consistency and time. Let it compound. Let things take over, because like we talked about in the very beginning of this, time is going to pass anyway. If you're consistent in what you do, that's how you get to your goals. And then ultimately, money makes money. So if we've got people out there and they don't understand the money game, they don't understand the rules and everything's stacked against them, what's the possibility and probability they're ever going to be in a position where their money is actually making them money? It's on the other side that we see most of the population not knowing how money works, and their money is working against them. You get your money working for you by making sure that you have enough money, you have a surplus that you can put to work. You can never save your way to wealth. Money has to create more money. If you're talking to people and their financial situation is something where they're a little delusional about the future, once again, you have to be direct with these people. Who are they trying to convince? They're not convincing me. They might be convincing themselves. But once again, all they're doing is lying to themselves about an artificial future that's never going to materialize. It's in their head as a want and a wish, but they have no plan of action to get there. You got to believe till you become. You got to have a dream. You have an action plan. You got to stick with it until it becomes true. That's the consistency part. And we've got to work on creating a customer experience that blows the socks off people coming in. We've got great programs, great services, great products. But what we want to do is package that up in a way that's awe-inspiring to the other side. Yes, their unique goals, their unique motivation, avoiding pain points is all going to be something we have to uncover. That's their why. But ultimately, what you want to deliver is a customer experience that creates a brand for yourself, creates a brand for your products and services, and the companies that you represent. At the end of the day, this is all that we do. And when you're looking at a potential conversation, the very bottom of this pyramid, if you can master this whole entire pyramid, you will have lead generation coming in, lead flow coming in, that you will convert at a nice rate. So the rapport and the trust and credibility have to be built. The rapport very quickly, the trust and credibility from some of the stuff that you put online, whatever it is. Once these two things are established, the other side begins to give you information. Once you get that information, you're jotting down notes, you're going to uncover some type of a problem. Once that's uncovered and been recognized, you can offer a solution. Once that solution is understood, you can offer an action step. Far too many people go straight to the solution and the action step without getting any rapport built, zero trust credibility, not uncovering any information. This has to be all accomplished, stacked on top of each other. Can't skip steps. But if you master this pyramid, watch what happens to your business and your offices that you're building. Remember, if you get stuck in a conversation, don't hit the eject button by just ending that conversation. Understand that you have ways to assist you. In our business, the easiest way to transition through a phone call is just to simply understand, have a list of questions over there. We want questions answered to help uncover things that we need to move the conversation, continue and direct it towards an endpoint. But even sometimes if you get stuck, just ask random questions. Have a list of questions off to the side. Don't press the eject button and just end the conversation. Learn how to continue. Even if you're talking to somebody that might intimidate you, that's a very, very good sign. You should actually have a goal to talk to people that intimidate you on a daily basis. That's how you're going to attract talent. That's how you're going to build this business. Movement, the key to learning. And there's far too many people that start something and there's zero movement. You can't just sit around waiting for something to materialize. If you're the spark, if you're that light that's going to ignite what will be a nationwide fire, coast-to-coast distribution of products and services, it starts with you. And if you're not getting off the starting line, there's nobody else behind you that's going to follow you. Once you've got the movement and the action, understand the world is yours. Once you start to take the action steps and you start to understand what's needed from you in the beginning, you can start to ask other people to do that. Remember, if you're doing something yourself on a daily basis, it's a lot easier to ask other people to do that than if you're not doing it and just preaching kind of like from a pulpit, do as I say, not as I do. And then once you've got action in place, repetition. And if you're hitting on personas, certain types of people on the client side, certain types of people on the partner side, that's the easiest way to build this business, because then you can dominate that part of the market, dominate that persona. And when you do, the natural occurrence of bringing people into the fold will create a diversity in partners and clients. But you don't have to create that diversity coming in. If you want to talk to just teachers, you want to talk just to homeowners, you want to talk just to agents, that's fine. Understand that person, put yourselves in their shoes, solve problems, offer solutions, and watch what happens. Remember, the secret to your future is going to be hidden in your daily routine. You're going to get better at something if you do it daily. And that could be good, bad, or ugly. It could be something you're not supposed to be doing or something you are supposed to be doing. But if you practice it daily, you are going to get better at it. If you practice it sporadically, then you are going to take a lot longer to become better at it, and you may never master it. Remember, the skill set of having discomfort in your life is a huge advantage. You're not going to skip this whole upfront process, the steps to success. It's a process. You got to hold the vision. You got to trust the process, and you got to understand that what we're doing is needed. It's wanted. It's in demand. And it's very lucrative and profitable from our side when you put it together correctly. All right, guys, next week, we wanted to open up the year with a little bit about mindset, a little bit about what we should be doing and why, mission, all of that good stuff. Next week, we're going to start diving into, okay, how do we create leads? How are we going to go out there and create enough lead generation, create enough legs of marketing that give us enough conversations, that have enough people watching our assets, eyes on the videos, that give us enough follow-up that lead to potential outcomes that includes partners and clients. We'll take a half hour or whatever next week, and we'll start going through. If we need to go multi-weeks on lead generation, we will. I hope you guys got something out of this today. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.